Hi everyone, Julie is here. I'm glad to see you on my channel, Your Paradise of Russian. And the theme of today's video will be Jubilee issue. So let's begin. It's customary on YouTube, as a rule, they dedicate the Jubilee issue to themselves, and I will not break this tradition with a little but. I'm publicly not public person, no matter how ambiguous it may sound, and I consider privacy an important part of my life. Therefore, in this video, I will not answer popular question addressed to me. How old I am, where do I live, where do I work, and other personal questions. I'd rather share with you facts about me that will reveal my personal sides. Perhaps you will take note of something from this issue. Still, this is not vlog channel, but I know for myself the authors of sad channels become something like people who pleasant to the heart, and it's become interesting what they found of, what inspires them, and so on. So, 10 facts about me.
What social networks can you find me on?
I'm not on social media. Of course, once I had pages where I, like many others, spent time carelessly. Then come understanding that I don't have time to do all my business if I distract by social media.
Try to shorten your stay on other people's pages and focus on yourself. And be sure those very useful tabs will not be useful to you if they are not already deposited in your heads. However, as I like to say, everything is a relation. This does not apply to business accounts. For personal and commercial matters, I prefer email exclusively. Who do I watch on YouTube?
On YouTube, I'm also viewer of certain channels. Of course, most of them in Russian. Of English-speaking ones, I prefer AD, Architectural Digest, about interior design, and about travel, discovery with Ruki Channel.
A very diverse choice. I think, like many, replenishes knowledge and understanding in different areas. In general, oddly enough, I got acquainted with this platform in 2019. Before that, I preferred to get information exclusively from books and communication with outstanding people. In the same year, the idea arose to try to run my own channel, but this is not my main activity. As you can see, there is no action on the channel because the audience is not the goal itself, but a nice bonus. What books do I read?
I read a lot. From my childhood in libraries, I really like being in the reading rooms, looks at books and choosing the one that attracted me this time. That's why since 2011, I have been keeping records each book I read. The author, genre, the number of pages, the title of work, and my own assessment. What about audio format? I like this, it's perfect combined with cooking and cleaning.
What sport do I do?
I'm professionally involved in sports, fitness. I'm preparing for the competition, prefer the English Federation of Natural Bodybuilding. In the past, I did yoga, jogging, and even running up the stairs.
I have a relatively extremely entertaining story. Living at the time in a 27-story building and getting ready to run up to the sky, something went wrong with the playlist on the phone and it disappeared, and all that was left on my phone was a Samsung reading melody. And it was 2 hours and my workout lasted. Yes, you could go crazy, but you could endure this torture. As you can see, everything seems to be fine, and the story turned out to be for me from a series of not being afraid of difficulties and oversights. Of course, the physics of the body decides a lot. Sported way of life, certain ritual. I have been in fitness for 6 years already, and of course, the body changes so that the same yoga asanas are not given. This should be borne in mind if you decide to jump from one type of physical activity to another. If possible, decide on what is closer to you. What diet do I follow?
I have been a vegan for a year now, and my vegetarian journey began in 2020. It was not planned. It all went from the fact that why not to try this style of feeding? A month passed and I began adhere it, slowly expelling one or the hour from my diet.
You can associate this with various things, even with the fact that by the nature of the activity, there was a large consumption of animal protein, and it's just become unbearable at one moment. But I will say this, the country of residence is also doing its job. In countries where there is an abundance of fresh farm products, it's much more difficult to do this on purpose. Of course, I also like to challenge myself. If I understand that some product is on the pedestal of my taste buds, then I can send it into exile for a year. By the way, my weight hasn't changed in any way. That is, this type of nutrition has come up. But I won't say that I'm 100% orthodox, because sometimes the same collagen for joints, ligaments, and tendons cannot be found in a plant version. And of course, the attitude, scrupulousness to the environment, and yes, I will not hide my disgust for the consumption of animal products. There are those who are interested in books and movies to help you, but of course, it cannot be said that everything vegan is delicious. Yet, tastes change over time, and what did not cause delight can become quite pleasant, except for pea protein, which is just a rare evil. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. First reason, an allergy to cats. And second, well, I really don't understand how you can voluntarily get scratches on your skin and not have a fear of walking around the house barefoot.
Rabies of cats is separate story of the exorcism of the devil. Not for me. Write in the comments who perceive this also. Nothing personal, but I prefer dogs or rather our big friends. Cinema.
My favorite genre is thriller. I like tension. Although from the previous point there is a contradiction. But yes, we humans full of them and it's normal. I will be glad your recommendation too. And by the way, subscribe to my channel, mark the bell in order not to miss new release and push the button if you like this video. Move on.
By the way, I don't like horror, I don't understand, although of course there were attempts to get to know each other better. But it was limited to an uncomfortable stay in the cinema hall with my eyes closed for the entire movie, and thoughts that it would all end quickly because sometimes imagination can draw worse than on the screen. I'm fine with comedies, but how few of them are now with non-vulgarized humor, mostly French cinema. Well, it's about the actress, then I prefer The Game of Liam Neeson, Tom Hardy, Javier Bardem, Nicolas Cage. The woman, of course, the beauty of the 90s, Monica Bellucci, Charlize Theron, and in our time, charismatic Emilia Clarke. In general, it's nice to look at new faces that, although not often, are found on movie screens. What languages do I speak?
How you know, my native language is Russian, and like many Russian students, the years were devoted to English. But you yourself understand that studying English is far from the reality. Living in the English-speaking country, I also had to overcome a language barrier. In this regards, I'm support of the phrase live forever and forever learn, because without immersion in the environment, it's extremely difficult to maintain certain acquired skills. With regards to over knowledge of speech at the moment, in addition to English, Spanish is present in my life. I understand partly Italian and French, and last one was the first language I spoke at all. For some reason in my dreams I speak freely, hidden potential.
And also, the study of foreign language, just like music lessons, improves memory, and in general, there is an inverse relationship between them. Although I didn't do music, I sing not badly, and if I choose musical instrument, I would choose drums. Hobby.
There is nothing specific. I'd like to do a lot of interesting things. And on the one hand, this is plus, and on another hand, it's minus, because it's impossible to concentrate on one thing.
I enjoy spending time drawing, more precisely coloring by numbers. Although at one time I graduated from art school. Also like hiking, it's ideal when the landscape changes exactly like the view itself. The hobby should also include the constant study of any interesting information, insatiable for knowledge. I love to look at construction drawing and think over the redevelopment of certain objects, board games, and now there is such variety of them that it's a sin to spend time boring for every taste and color. To sum up, I probably didn't list everything because there are options a dozen of classes. Lifestyle, spontaneity, plan.
The person plan out way. I'm really comfortable in what is called planning, although I know that it's not suitable for everyone. For me, writing plans a month ahead, as well as everyday routine, a very pleasant pastime.
Yes, once I, being a lover of experiments, tried to eradicate it from myself, but it didn't work out. But I must say that over time I become much more flexible in this matter. If early, when something broke, it was a disaster and a lost day, today I try to find something useful out of failure.
These were 10 facts about me that came to my mind. If you have question, write in the comments. Well, I say so much, but you got a lot of stuff to talk about. See you next thematic video.